Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
Hello, scholars. Hello, hello. It's so very good to see you. Hello, hello. How are you today? Hello, hello. It's so very good to see you. Hello, hello. Time to sing and play.
Hello, scholars. Good morning, greetings, good afternoon, hi there, good evening. Whenever you happen to be watching this, it is great to be with all of you today. Let's get to our warm-up and get to our super awesome activities, if I do say so myself, that we have planned for today. Let's get on up so we can stretch. Roll your shoulders forward. Back. Massage your face, your temples, your neck. And as you're stretching and massaging, feel free to just take nice, deep, slow breaths. Okay, roll your shoulders forward again, back again. Bring this arm across. Now the other one. Switch. Bring your hands down so we can roll our neck around nice and slow. Switch directions. Gently let your neck stretch. You should feel it right about here, maybe in your upper shoulder. Don't pull or push down. Just gently let the weight of your arm pull your neck down. Remember to stand up nice and tall at the same time. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. One more deep breath in and let it out. Fantastic. Let's go to Zumba rhythm. All right. We are going to continue using Tom T and Zumba rhythm today, so keep your eyes out for that. And yeah, everything else should be straightforward. T, 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 come, Tom T. Tiki, tiki, timka. Tiki, tiki. Ta, ta, Tom T. Tiki, tiki. Tiki, 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 tiki. Now some of these rhythms are a little disjointed, which means that as we keep them slower, it's a little trickier. So this next time, do your best. Here we go. T, 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 come, Tom T. Tiki, tiki, timka. Tika. Ah! Whoops. Ta, ta, Tom T. Tiki, tiki. Tiki, 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 tiki. mistake right there. Sometimes the language trips me up a little bit. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. Let's hope I do better. Tee-tee-tee-gum-tom-tee. Tiki-tiki-tin-ka. Tiki-tiki. Ta-ah-tom-tee. Tiki-tiki. Tiki-tiki-tiki-tiki. There we go. That was much better on my end. I hope it was alright on yours. Last time through. Let's do this thing. Ready? And tee-tee-tee-gum-tom-tee. Tiki-tiki-tin-ka. Tiki-tiki. Ta-ah-tom-tee. Tiki-tiki. Tiki-tiki-tiki-tiki. Great job, everybody. Fantastic. Let's go to our vocal warm-up. To warm up our voices today, we are going to start by singing the song we learned last time, We Come From Pluto. To keep warming up our brains and our bodies and our voices all at the same time, we are still going to jump up and down on the bleeps and the bloops. So follow along with me. Here we go.
We come from Pluto and we are the green team. We fly in our spaceships, we're 7 feet tall. The Earthlings may eat us, but they'll never beat us, 'cause we come from Pluto and we're number 1. Sing along, sing along, sing along. Bloom bleep bleep, 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 bloom bleep bleep bleep. Bloom bleep bleep, 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 bloom bleep bleep bleep. We come from Pluto and we are the green team. We fly in our spaceships, we're 7 feet tall. The Earthlings may eat us, but they'll never beat us, 'cause we come from Pluto and we're number 1. Sing along, sing along, sing along. Bloom bleep bleep, 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 bloom bleep bleep bleep. Bloom bleep bleep, 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 bloom bleep bleep bleep.
All right, so our main subject for today is going to be the mystery subject that I was alluding to last week. The subject that we are going to be talking about today has 2 names that we can basically use interchangeably today: harmonics and overtones. Some of you will remember the harmonics thing that I recommend you play through in the Chrome Music Lab. But they don't really explain what harmonics are, what do they do, why are they important. And to be honest, explaining why harmonics and overtones are kind of the backbone of so many cool parts of music is difficult to describe and difficult to teach. It's kind of part science, part music, part magic, part nature. It's super fascinating. So while one day harmonics and overtones might be things that you really understand, my main goal for all of you today is not that you understand these ideas perfectly. My main goal for all of us today is that we might be able to identify when musicians are sort of messing around with harmonics and overtones while they play. So we're going to start by talking about what harmonics and overtones are, and then after that I'm going to show you some examples of musicians using them.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let's start by watching a YouTube video that is attempting to describe what harmonics and overtones are.
You with me? So let's do this thing!
When you play a note on a particular instrument, say middle C on the piano, the resulting sound is a complex wave. That piano string vibrates as a whole, but it also vibrates in halves, and in thirds, and in fourths, and so on. When it does this, it produces notes above the notes that were played, which we call harmonics.
The built-in, preordained universal known as the harmonic series.
In this series that we call the harmonic series or the overtone series, we call that bottom note the fundamental.
There you have it, darling.
Or the first partial. That fundamental will have a particular frequency. For example, this A has a frequency of 55 Hertz.
This fundamental frequency is important because the harmonic series is an additive series, not an exponential one.
Which means that we find each additional partial by adding the fundamental frequency. So the second partial will be 55 from the fundamental frequency plus 55 to give us 110 Hertz, which gives us the A an octave above, because the octave is a 2-to-1 ratio. From there we can keep adding 55 Hertz to the previous partial to get the rest of the notes in the series. In theory, this series goes on to infinity. I'm going to stop at 16.
It's also important to know that each partial above the fundamental is significantly quieter than the fundamental. However, the lower the fundamental, the more audible are the overtones. This is what gives low notes their rich quality, because they are being reinforced by those overtones.
Okay, real talk right now. Raise your hand if a lot of you were like, what the heck is going on here? I know, this video was a lot of weird words packed into a small amount of time, but now at least we know that harmonics and overtones are these weird things that exist in the fabric of nature. Whenever we hear something that sounds like a note, no matter where it comes from, the note is built using harmonics and overtones. We saw this in the spectrogram on Chrome Music Lab last week. All of those little lines that were stacked on top of each other. The bottommost one was the fundamental. And then everything else above it was an overtone, which is why the spectrogram is so cool, because it might just feel like we're hearing one note or one sound, but the spectrogram shows us that what we're actually hearing is a ton of sounds that are combined in a specific way that sound like one thing. But like I was mentioning before, when musicians have the skill and the knowledge to be able to mess around with these overtones, some really interesting sounds can happen. Here are a couple of different examples of overtones being used in a really cool musical way. The first video we're going to watch is an electric guitarist who is only playing harmonics in this song. Not only is that the title of the video, but the guitarist never actually puts their finger all the way down onto the fret. Instead, they're basically placing their hands at certain parts of the string in order to make a harmonic sound. Let's watch. That's really cool. Another example is string instruments in general. We're gonna go over to my computer and I'm gonna make a group of violins in my computer play through some notes. And now, instead of having them play them normally, I'm gonna have them play it as dynamics. So hear how it sounds different. Oh, I just love the sound of harmonics on violins and any string instrument for that matter. String harmonics are used a lot in film music. Sometimes they can sound very mysterious, other times they can sound really soft and emotional. Now for our third example, this might be the craziest one we see today. Very few singers can do this, but this particular woman has learned how to use her voice in a specific way so that she can sing the fundamental and then also make the overtones above it really loud, and she can move it around. I know that sounds super weird, but let's watch and see if you can hear it.
Overtone singing is a voice technique where one person sings two notes at the same time.
Isn't that just mind-blowing? I think that is so cool. It's super weird and sounds kind of otherworldly because it's not something we're used to hearing, but it is still so awesome that a human can do something like that. She's like a magician, dude. Okay, that is all we are going to do today regarding harmonics and overtones and all that mess. But speaking of magical musicians, I wanted to show you one more Jacob Collier video today because, in case you can't already tell, I just love his music. So if you're getting tired of him, I don't care. I originally wanted to show you a live performance of this song, Sleeping on My Dreams, but then I watched the music video and it was just so much fun that I figured we would watch that instead. If you do want to watch the amazing live performance of this song, I will also include a link to that in the YouTube description and the Google Doc. So here we go, the official music video of Sleeping on My Dreams by Jacob Collier. I hope you all enjoyed the music video, and if you went and watched the live performance of Jacob Collier's song. With that, as you guessed, we are at the end of our lesson for today. So I hope you are all staying safe and doing well. I cannot wait for the opportunity to see and meet some of you in person for the first time in a long time. But in the meantime, I hope you have an incredible rest of your day, a great rest of your week, and a fantabulous rest of the month. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.